What Lonzo Thinks is a wide-ranging, free-flowing discussion where I offer up my unsolicited views on anything from movies, television, sports, religion, politics, pop culture, you name it. If it's happening, I'm talking about it. Unsolicited, but I talk about it anyway. Alright, next on my list of PRiNCe reviews is The Crystal Ball. Now, Crystal Ball followed up the magnum opus, which was Emancipation, which was a triple album that had, good lord, 36 songs. And The Crystal Ball was also a triple LP with an additional disc dropped in called The Truth. And what I'm doing is a retrospective review of every PRiNCE release, every PRiNCE studio release from the beginning to the end. Now, Crystal Ball was not so much a original concept, whereas it is basically a compilation of widely held PRiNCE boots, along with some original tracks as well that may not have been heard previously elsewhere, and so on and so forth. But I never really looked at it as an original release, because even though some of the music that was on there is stuff I hadn't heard before, I'd say probably 80% of it is stuff that I already knew about and or had heard through boots and things of that nature. But nonetheless, it was a release. It was a studio release, so I will be reviewing it for that sole purpose. Now, it was released on January 29th, 1998. And I actually picked this up in San Antonio, Texas. I'd moved from Texas by this time. I was living in Georgia, but I had gone back to Texas for a visit, and I was actually hanging out with one of my closest friends, Veronique Meggett, and we was at some store, I forget. It was at the mall, the River Center Mall, which is downtown San Antonio. Either way, I happened upon the Crystal Ball LP, and I picked it up there. I had originally planned to order it through the MPG music line. I think it was like 1-800-NEW-FUNK, which was the music service that PRiNCE had set up to get. It was a subscription service, and he used that to get new music to his fans. Just another line of distribution. Which was a kind of like a personal way of getting music out to your fans, which I kind of appreciated. But the service itself was kind of rife with problems as far as back orders, not getting product out to the customers in a timely manner and things of that nature. So I kind of shied away from it once I found out about all the problems that others were having with getting their product. Now, one of the promotions through the online or the hotline was that if you ordered the Crystal Ball set, you would also receive a fifth release, which was Kama Sutra, which was an all instrumental release as well. But I will not be reviewing Kama Sutra, because I don't really count it as an unofficial studio release. So, all the preliminaries out of the way, I guess we'll just jump right into it. Now, the first track on Crystal Ball, of course, is Crystal Ball, the title track. And this song is, good lord, it's long as heck. It's, long as hell. Well, I'm going to keep it a G-rated. Okay, Crystal Ball is well over 10 minutes long. Now, I had originally heard Crystal Ball back in the early 90s on a boot that I picked up called Royal Jewels. And I think whoever it was who put this compilation together, the Royal Jewels compilation, didn't know what the actual title of the song was, because on the jacket, on the artwork, it had Crystal Ball listed as Export Lover. Not expert, Export Lover. And if you know the Crystal Ball song, it opens with Expert Lover, my babe, ever had a crystal ball? So I think whoever it was that put that boot together really didn't know what to call it, so just picked a name for it. They call it Export Lover, but it's actually Crystal Ball. That notwithstanding, it is, like I said, it is well over 10 minutes long. However, it is a magnificent song. Magnificent. I love me some Crystal Ball. I listen to it a lot. It's just a sprawling just a sprawling masterpiece of a song, and it goes on and on and on, and it never gets tired, old, or redundant. I like the instrumentation, the vocals. It's his. I think it's more of a Camille type song because he is distorting his voice a little bit. But it's just a very strong opening track to this 3-disc set, and it's a great song. I really can't really describe it other than the fact that the melodies are great, the vocalizations are great, and it's just a majestic. It has a majestic feel to it, and this is a great song to drive to. Many a night I would drive, and just if you're out riding around or whatever, this is the song that I would put on to kind of listen to. I would always I would tandem it with Dream Factory and also Come. When I would drive around, just those songs just felt good together for whatever reason. But yeah, Crystal Ball, very strong track, a very strong opening track. Even though, like I said before, most of these songs on the Crystal Ball LP are boots, and I'd heard it many years before. It's still a great song, and it's still great for this particular release. Next up, Dream Factory. Dream Factory is another strong cut. Now, Dream Factory is also a holdover from previous sessions. If you're familiar with the Dream Factory sessions that took place back in the mid to late 80s, and it was actually replaced by Sign of the Times. And once again, Dream Factory was the triple magnum opus that he had conceived in before the Sign of the Times debacle, so to speak, where the record label Warner Brothers did not want him to release it, so they kind of scrapped it and did a Sign of the Times instead. But Dream Factory, so it says, is dedicated to Paul Peterson, who I guess in reference to his desire to leave Prince's side group, The Family. And so that's a little trivia there for that particular song as well. But Dream Factory is a great song. It's pretty. It's not a very long song, only 3 minutes or so, but it's still a great and strong release. Next up is Acknowledge Me. Once again, Acknowledge Me is one of my favorite songs on this LP as well. It's great. I love the melody from Acknowledge Me. It's not one of his greatest songs, but the melody really, it feels good to me. It really tingles my ear, so to speak. So that just makes it more appealing to me. Acknowledge Me, don't doubt me anymore. But it's a great song, one of my favorites, and I still listen to it to this day. Now, next up is Rapop Go to Zipper, and one of the things about this song that really makes it stand out is the title itself and the spelling. It's pronounced Rapop Go to Zipper, but it's spelled RIPOPGODAZIPPA, all in sequence. It's not two words, it's one word. Rapop Go to Zipper. Great title. Love the title. It makes me want to hear it. When I first heard it, when I first saw the title, hey, this is a song that I want to hear. And it's great too. It has a meandering reggae type of a feel to it, and it's kind of detailing some adventures that he had with on a weight bench and things of that nature. It's a kind of a nasty song, suggestive song, metaphorically speaking as well. Rapop go to zipper, Rapop go to zipper. Great song. So we're 4 songs in, and all the songs are great so far. Next up is Love Sign, which is a Shock G remix. Love Sign, the original Love Sign, was on the 1-800 Funk compilation. I think it also includes Nona Gay on this song. And I saw Prince perform it live on Soul Train. Well, lip sync it live on Soul Train. And it was one of the strangest performances I've ever seen from Prince, because one, I don't think I'd ever seen him on Soul Train before. He may have been on there before, but I don't really remember seeing him on Soul Train before. And to see him on Soul Train at this point in his career at that time and lip syncing, and it just something I just never thought I would see. I really thought he was kind of past the point in his career of doing a show like Soul Train, and also past the point of lip syncing. So it was a very strange performance. Now the Shock G remix, the original mix of Love Sign, is really fun. It's a fun, good danceable funk up tempo tune. But I do not like this remix at all. The Shock G remix really does nothing for me, and it does not add to the song at all. So it's not something I really. When I want to listen to Love Sign, I listen to the original and not the Shock G remix. Next up is Hide the Bone. Now Hide the Bone is a great song to accompany Acknowledge Me. And of course it's a nasty song, Hide the Bone. Give it up, baby, low and be gone. Hide the bone. I love the vocals, the vocal arrangement, the instrumentation, and the way that he sings this song. There's an urgency in his voice and urgency in the lyrics, which makes the song much more powerful. But it's a great song. I really like it. It's one of those songs I still listen to a lot. I put it on a lot of different mixtapes, and I usually accompany it with Acknowledge Me. Tomorrow has kind of a West Coast feel to it. Like if you were to blend the West Coast and the Minneapolis sound together, that is what you get with Tomorrow. And Tomorrow is a fun, good song to kind of just groove to. It's kind of a laid back cut, and I think it has a mix of The Most Beautiful Girl in the World in it as well. So it may have been something that was intended maybe as a remix for The Most Beautiful Girl in the World. Either way, it's a good song. So Dark is actually Dark from the Come LP. So basically, So Dark is, if for all intents and purposes, an extended remix version of Dark, and there's not really a big difference between the two songs. Dark was great, so Dark is just as good. Movie Star is this song was recorded way back in, I think, in the mid 60s, mid 80s, and it's a different song. It's kind of hard. One of those songs that's kind of hard to describe, but it really doesn't have a genre that you can kind of place it into. It's just a fun Prince song, not the greatest Prince song, but it's fun. It's listenable. It's not a go-to track for me. It's someone, if you're gonna skip a song on this on the first disc, you would skip Movie Star and Love Sign. I would say skip Love Sign first, and then Movie Star. Next up is Tell Me How You Want to Be Done. And once again, this song was actually recorded back in the early 90s. And it's interpolated with the Continental from the Love Symbol LP. And because if you remember Continental, the melody and the closing ad-libs are Tell Me How You Want to Be Done. So I think this song was born from the Continental, or maybe was split from the Continental. It's not a strong track. It's okay. So of the 10, each disc, by the way, has 10 songs on it. So the 10 songs on disc 1, Tell Me How You Want to Be Done, Movie Star, and Love Sign are the ones that if you're trying to skip through some stuff, those are the ones to skip through. But it's not a bad song, but it's just nothing that's remarkable about it. Next up, disc 2 is Interactive. Track 1 on disc 2 is Interactive. Interactive is the song from the CD-ROM Interactive that Prince released. I had the CD-ROM, and the CD-ROM was awful. I tried to play this thing and engage with it, and it just the interface was bad. It just was not a fun experience, so I never got through it. It just, the functionality of it, maybe I had a bad disc or something, or was my PC wasn't strong enough or fast enough, I don't know, but it really wasn't a fun experience dealing with that CD-ROM. But the good thing about it is Interactive actually opened it up, that CD-ROM, and it's a great song. The song is the best thing about the CD-ROM, and Interactive is a song that I would have liked to have maybe seen on an actual release as a single from one of his albums. I think that Interactive was done around not the Dream Factory, but done around the Diamonds and Pearls, Love Symbol era, so to speak. But it's a great song, strong. It's a rock tinged song, great instrumentals, great vocals, Really like it. And next up is The Bang. Now with The Bang, I really didn't like this song. It has a bluesy type of feel to it. Just nothing really appealing about it. It's not a terrible song per se, but it's just not one that connected with me. Next up is Calhoun Square. Now, Calhoun Square is one of my favorite Prince songs of all time. It has a great bluesy type of feel to it as well. It's a good companion piece to The Bang, but it's a much stronger track. I usually link this song with Colonized Mind when it comes to maybe mixtapes and everything. But Calhoun Square it's an eclectic type of a song, and it was actually recorded back in 1993. So I think it may have been conceived during the whole Diamonds and Pearls love symbol time frame as well. But it's a very strong song, one of my favorites. So definitely focus on Calhoun Square. What's My Name is next. What's My Name is a mid-tempo song, and there's really nothing remarkable about it. I haven't listened to it that much. It just never moved me. Kind of like The Bang. It's not a bad song. It just didn't connect with me. Crucial is a slow jam, and it really connected with me. And Crucial, I think, was more of a Camille type Sign of the Times, Dream Factory, Crystal Ball phase during the mid '80s cut. And Crucial is a very strong slow jam. It's not so much of a love song, so to speak, but it is a slow jam ballad, and his falsetto is in full effect on this particular song. Great song. Do not skip Crucial. Very strong slow jam for Prince. And Honest Man, The Honest Man, I can live or die without it. I mean, it's unremarkable. It's a bad follow up to Crucial because it's nowhere near as strong. It's a bold effort, but just unremarkable. Sexual Suicide. Same thing with Sexual Suicide. It's unremarkable. It sounds like a song that was maybe conceived around the same time he did Good Love, which showed up on the soundtrack of Bright Lights, Big City. Sexual Suicide is I think it may have kind of fit better, say during the parade or the Around the World in a day sessions. It has that type of a vibe and feel to it. Not a bad song. It's pretty decent. I listen to it from time to time, but it is unremarkable. Next up is Chlorine Bacon Skin, which is a 15-minute, basically 15 minutes of drums. That's basically what it is. And I think it was recorded with Morris Day. It's basically them just playing drums over and over. It's just a redundant drum beat. Nothing remarkable about it. Why it's even on this release is beyond me. It really, I mean, after about 2 or 3 minutes, you're ready to switch it and turn it and skip it because it's really, I mean, you just like listening to drums. Be my guest. But other than that, there's absolutely nothing about this song that's remarkable at all, and it really does not belong anywhere on this record. And I'll probably listen to it maybe 3 or 4 times. I mean, just cause. And once it's one of those things where if it comes on, I'm gonna like clean the house or something. I'll just leave it on. Good Love, as I mentioned before, Good Love was actually released with the Bright Lights Big City soundtrack. It's a good song. It definitely has that feel of Around the World in a Day. I think it may have been recorded during one of those sessions, and maybe got cut from the release. But it's a strong, fun Prince song. I mean, it's unremarkable, but it's a good unremarkable. And he's doing it definitely in the Camille type of a voice. Is really high pitched and everything, but it's a good club type, feel good song. And next up is Strays of the World. Now with Strays of the World, it's kind of hard to describe this song. It's kind of a social consciousness type of a song, but it's just not very strong. So I can live without it. Strays of the World, I've listened to it maybe 3 or 4 times. Is just there. All right, next up, Disc 3. First track, Days of Wild, and this is a live version of Days of Wild, and it is almost 10 minutes long. It was recorded back in the mid 90s. It's more of an, I guess, MPG type song, but I love me some Days of Wild. I listen to this song over and over again. Actually, a couple days ago, I was listening to it and had to run it back a couple times on a extended drive that I took because the song's almost 10 minutes long. But Days of Wild is the live version is really funky. It has hip hop feel to it, but it's also a funk rock track as well. So about to tear shit up. That's my style. These are the days of Wild. I like the lyrics. I like the feel of the song. It's an expansive song. It's a party song. It's a fun song. It's something great. It sounds great live. You can tell the crowd, is really enjoying it as well, and it sounds like he's having fun as well. And he many times during the song he says, "Free the slave, free the slave." So obviously it was recorded during the whole slave era, so to speak. Last Heart is next. If you break my heart one more time, be the last heart you ever break. Yeah, I like this song. It has a nice steady tempo to it. He has an urgent sound to his vocal arrangement as well, which the urgent PRiNCe is the good PRiNCe. I like how when he puts that urgency into his voice, it really drives home the impact of the song. So he does it also to great effect in It, which is one of my favorites as well. So I like it's kind of hard to describe it, but he has an urgency in his voice that really takes that song to another level. Next up is Poom Poom. Now, Poom Poom is a dumb song, but I listen to it a lot because it's dumb, but it's fun. Now, obviously, Poom Poom, he's talking about the vagina, so there's that. I know every once in a while, I've read that, that people would like challenge PRiNCe to make a song basically out of anything. Like, for example, La La La, He. Because he says he can make a song out of anything, and he can. I think this might have been a situation where someone's like, he just make a song out of Poom Poom, because this song is kind of stupid. It really nothing remarkable about it, but and the hook is kind of annoying because all he's doing is going Poom 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 Poom. Can't stop thinking about you. That's stupid, but it's a good stupid. And I listened to it just a couple days ago, as a matter of fact. Next up, She Gave Her Angels, which is a ballad. Nothing remarkable about this one either. I haven't heard that many times, but it's not a bad song. It's just not one that really grew on me at all. 18 and Over. I listened to this yesterday, as a matter of fact. 18 and Over. It's 18 and over. I want to bone ya. Come. So obviously it's from the Come Sessions, so to speak. It has a hip hop rap feel to it as well. He's rapping on this, and it's a good song. I listen to it time and time again, so it's a good song. 18 and Over, nothing special about it. It's just a good fun song. The Ride, which was also recorded live, is a blues track as well. Guitar heavy blues track. It sounds like it would go well with a song like Calhoun Square, maybe Repop Go to Zipper, something like that. A good blues track, and the live version is really good. Get Loose is, I think it was recorded during the whole Come Sessions, because I think there's a loose track, so it kind of goes along with that, and it's more like a remix type of a song, and it's unremarkable, but I mean, I really don't get into the techno house type beats anyway, so it's not something that it's not a go-to track for me. Next up is the remix of Pussy Control, and this cut I like the original version of Pussy Control, so I don't listen to it much at all. The remix is just not good to me. Make Your Mama Happy. I don't like this song at all. I probably listened to it maybe 4 or 5 times, and that's it. Really nothing more to say about it. Just make your mama happy, and okay, thanks, bye. And finally is Goodbye, which is kind of a sad, slow jam, kind of an appeal to a lost love, and it's probably the second best song on disc 3. I like it a lot. I've listened to it a lot. Um, I like the verses. I like the instrumentation and his vocals. His vocals on this one is kind of urgent as well, but a subdued. There's a subdued urgency behind his vocals for Goodbye. So I highly recommend it. I listen to it a lot. It's a very strong ballad. It's not a slow jam, not a love song. It's a sad song. Obviously, a song like Goodbye, but still, it's a strong track. I highly recommend it. And that does it for the 3 discs of Crystal Ball. So we'll jump next into The Truth. Now, The Truth also came with it, of course, and The Truth is one of the, I guess, forgotten releases because it was included in the Crystal Ball, but I really haven't heard many people outside of hardcore PRiNCe fans even ever mention The Truth. So I don't think that anybody ever really heard it, but I did, and I liked it a lot. First track is title track, The Truth, and this whole Truth LP is heavy on acoustic guitar. So that's one of the things that stands out about it, that I really like about it. But The Truth is kind of a socially conscious type song. Not to be missed. Is a very good song. Next up, Don't Play Me. Don't Play Me is my favorite song on this particular release. I love the lyrics. I love the what he's talking about. But once again, it's just it's a strong acoustic track and not to be missed. Circle of Amour, don't like it. Next, Third Eye. Third Eye is one of those songs where if I'm just sitting around or I put together like a mellow mix, Third Eye goes on that. It's unremarkable, but it's a passable song. It's something that you can just kind of chill to, maybe drink a glass of wine and lean back on a rainy day type song. Dion is in that same vein as well. Dion is a ballad, a meandering type of a ballad, not super slow, but it's a kind of slow mid-range ballad, and it's good, not great, but I don't pass on it. Man in Uniform, didn't like it the first time. I probably listened to the song maybe twice. It just didn't move me at all, so I can't really tell you much about it. Same thing goes for Animal Kingdom. This album, the Truth album, is kind of bland, and the songs are so unremarkable. They kind of blend into one another, so it's really hard to kind of engage with any of these songs. And that's the sad thing about it, because they're not bad songs. There's just nothing remarkable about them. They're kind of forgettable. Next up, same thing with Other Side of the Pillow, which is the next song. Just an unremarkable song that I can't really tell you much about because I don't remember much about it because I don't listen to it that much. And I guess what I need to do is maybe listen to this thing again, maybe give a more cohesive thought on it. But The Other Side of the Pillow I probably listened to this song maybe 6 or 7 times. It's just unremarkable for me. Fascination. Now, I like Fascination a lot. It's not a go-to track for me, but if it's playing, I will listen to it. And I have put it on some mixtapes. I like the mellow vibe behind it, and it kind of gets me, into a kind of a melancholy mood. And sometimes a melancholy mood is good because it relaxes you. One of Your Tears. Another unremarkable song. I tried listening to it actually just a few days ago and couldn't get through it. I just turned it off because it was just blah and bland. Comeback is a short track. Really nothing to really say about it other than the fact that it's there. And finally, Welcome to the Dawn, which is an acoustic version as well. Nothing wrong with it. I listened to this a few days ago as well. Welcome to the Dawn is pretty much a good closing track. It sounds like something that may have been recorded maybe early on, maybe in around the Love Sexy or maybe conceived during the Love Sexy period, because that's what it kind of puts me in the mind of. It sounds like something that that could have shown up on Love Sexy or during the Black Album, something in that era. So that is it for The Truth. And my analysis, as I said before, I don't really regard Crystal Ball as an official release, so to speak, because it's mostly boots, and like I said, a good portion of the stuff that that's on this record is stuff that I've heard before on various boots and things of that nature. So it's a vital part of the collection because there are some great songs on Crystal Ball, but at the same time, it wasn't breaking new ground for me. So of the tracks from the 3 discs, the ones that stand out the most are Crystal Ball, Dream Factory, Acknowledge Me, Repop Go to Zipper, Hide the Bone, Interactive, Calhoun Square, which is great, Crucial, which is excellent, Good Love, the live version of Days of Wow, awesome song, 18 and Over is good, and also Goodbye. So there's some very strong tracks here. So if you're making a mixtape, there's a lot of stuff to kind of dig from that, and you will definitely be satisfied with it. And if once again, I always kind of use the analogy if somebody comes from Saturn and asks me, hey, you know, what kind of music do I need to listen to? There are some tracks from this release that I would recommend. Most notably Calhoun Square, because it has that strong bluesy feel to it. So it's definitely something that I think would catch, you know, the ear of someone who doesn't know much about Prince, and it'll make them want to learn more about him. And I think the same thing goes for Crystal Ball as well, because Crystal Ball is just so unique, and it has such a feel to it. It has such a majestic feel to it. So I think it's a very engaging song as well. So overall, as a Prince release, if I scoring it as a Prince release, I would say in the 90s, it's his 4th best release, I would think, after the Love Symbol LP, Come, and also Emancipation, and the Gold Experience. So I say, you know, so that comes a 5th. Yeah, 5th on my list of 90s releases. So it's right there in the middle for me. A lot of go-to tracks for me. I do listen to it on a regular basis. Listen to those tracks on a regular basis. So it's definitely it's part of my rotation when it comes to my Prince obsession when it comes to his music. So I think the best thing about I know I keep harping on this, but the best thing about Crystal Ball, no Tony M. Damn, I hate that bastard. Okay, well, what do you think? Hit me up. Let me know what you think. At What Lonzo Thinks, Twitter, Gmail, at whatlonzothinks@gmail.com. Subscribe. Give me your comments below, and I do appreciate the comments. Somebody made a comment yesterday that I responded to. I'll respond to all of them, but this one was kind of funny. He said I need to stop smacking my lips when I talk. Well, that's my LL, and that's the LL coming out of me. I don't know, and I responded, but it tastes so good. But if me smacking my lips is annoying, I'll try to curb it a little bit. It's an unconscious thing, a subconscious thing that I do. So if it's annoying, I'm sorry. I apologize up front. I just got some luscious lips, I guess. I don't know. Maybe not luscious. I have to ask my girl about that. But I appreciate the feedback, though. So whoever it was, I forget the name of the person that sent me that message, but made that comment. But if you're listening out there, hey, I'm trying my best to curb my lip smacking. I'll give it my best effort, okay? So let me know what you think. Hit me up. Keep with the comments. As I said, I do listen, and I do pay attention to the comments that I receive, and if I give you a smart ass remark, it's all in fun. Don't take it personal, okay? So tell me what you think about Crystal Ball or The Truth. And good songs, not great. There are some great songs, but as a whole, the compilation as a whole is not super great. But a lot of good stuff there. Chloe and Bacon Skin don't belong in it at all. But let me know what you think. Subscribe. Give me your comments, and let me know what you think, because you just found out what Lonzo thinks. Bye.